whole thing builds toward a profound multi-dimensional ending. And someone walks up to you and says, hey, here's the whole book in 5 sentences, pulled from 5 totally different chapters. This is what the author really meant. You look at them like they had 3 heads, because that's not how books work. That's not how stories work. And it's certainly not how Paul's letter to the Romans works. But for the better part of 200 years, that's exactly how millions of people have been taught to read Paul's most theologically dense, carefully argued, masterfully structured letter in the entire New Testament. What some Protestants have put forward is called the Romans Road, a 5-verse tract that supposedly walks you from your sin to your salvation in under 3 minutes. When you reduce Romans to a road, you don't just simplify Paul, you fundamentally misread him. You take a symphony and reduce it to 5 notes and then call it Mozart. And there's something deeply ironic about the fact that Paul's letter, written to the Christians in Rome, has been flattened in modern times into a 1-layer tourist path, a spiritual express lane that bypasses everything Paul actually wanted his readers to walk through. Because Paul didn't write a tract, he wrote a treatise, and the bulk of his argument is shaped by the fact that he's writing to a Christian community, which means his teachings include how the baptized must actually live, not just how someone gets in the door. Through him, we have received the grace of apostleship to bring about the obedience of faith. Stop. The obedience of faith, not faith or obedience, not faith plus obedience as some separate bolted on condition. It's almost as if faith itself, when it's real and living, has obedience baked into its DNA, like saying the warmth of fire or the wetness of water. And if it's never producing the fruit of obedience, Paul seems to be saying it's not the kind of living, charity-filled faith that actually unites us to Christ. And that's exactly how the Council of Trent describes it. Trent goes on further and says, the justified receive faith, hope, and charity infused together. Faith without works, as James puts it bluntly, is dead. For in it, the righteousness of God is revealed through faith, for faith, as it is written, the one who is righteous by faith will live. Now this verse, the one who is righteous by faith will live, is one of the most quoted verses in all Reformation theology. He's saying the one who is righteous by faith lives, as in walks, moves, breathes, acts, perseveres. Imagine someone tells you that they're a marathon runner. You say, cool, when did you run a marathon? And they said, oh, I never have, but I made the decision to be one when I was 17. Haven't ran since. You'd say, my friend, that's not what a marathon runner is. A marathon runner runs. A righteous by faith person lives, not as a one-time profession, but as a sustained existence. And every step of that running is itself empowered by the very grace that puts them on the course.